It's a hell of a thing, killing a man. You take away all he's got, and all he's ever gonna have.
Lemon peels can flavor nasty water. That doesn't do away with the disease. In the church, going people, so good beneath the steeple, so sorry for their deeds. You're not responsible for the demons in your head. Get on your knees, put up your hands and say, I'm sorry for my mind. I'm sorry for my mind. I'm so sorry for killing you. And apologies make lousy parachutes.
Did you say that?
You
have
take
what?
a pill to fix your problem.
What are your problems?
I have 99 of them, and bitches
99?
are two of them.
Bitches are two of them.
Yeah.
That's not a bad ratio.
Yep, and it's our wives. Yours and mine.
Not mine. Nope, not mine.
It has to be. Sorry.
Nope. Nope,
we-
it can't be one.
We have 1 million listeners, and we've hit 1 million. Thanks everybody for listening.
And we are 99, whatever the two below the million number is.
We have tens of listeners, and I've gotten the same feedback from two people, my wife and your wife, and it is stop touching your microphone. It is not your penis.
Well, I mean, I guess they're not wrong.
It is not my penis. I'd kill for that girth.
Well,
That being said,
Yeah,
however,
that being
my
said.
penis, like my penis, I will touch it when I want to. I will move it. I will fidget with it.
except in public and around schools.
Correct. That's only because of the restraining order.
Oh my God! What a way to start. Welcome to Two Good Christians. My name is Christian, and I am the son.
My name is Christian. They call me Chris. I am the father.
All right. Pretty good intro talking about touching our penises. Well, touching your penis.
No, we weren't talking about touching my penis. I touch my penis.
Yes, right.
You,
which
you
you are
have
allowed
your
to
own.
do.
You have your own
Right,
penis.
which you're allowed to do.
So,
All right. So what are we jumping into this week?
well, I have a couple of stories first. I came up with something that I don't think, on our list, we're continuously adding to our list of people who should be killed,
Yes.
who should get
Oh,
the
I
death
have
penalty. Here's not one that should be killed necessarily, but it is certainly one that should be allowed to die. Just let
Okay,
him die.
okay.
Just let him die.
All right.
So
I
apparently
like
there was a man who was airlifted off of Mount Fuji.
Okay.
He was climbing, and due to altitude sickness, they had to go in and they had to rescue this guy. Now I don't know what it costs because
don't you train for stuff like this, like to combat altitude sickness? Aren't there like pills and shit?
it's a whole process, and they take you up level by level, and
Right.
But I mean, people still get sick. I mean, it is still a thing, but that's not the sad part. The sad part is this dumbass. And again, I didn't research a lot of this story because I don't really care. I would have left him on the mountain. This son of a bitch gets rescued off the mountain, goes to the hospital for altitude sickness, goes back to the mountain, and has to be airlifted off again, all within the span of 4 days.
That's what children and dogs do. they're at the scene of the fucking crime. You take them away, and what do? They fucking run back to it like,
Just
oh,
run
this
back.
was fun. Fucking idiot.
Fucking idiot.
That's
So, yeah.
that's the definition of insanity. Doing
It
the
is.
same thing over and over again, expecting a different result.
Yeah. What did Dwight Schrute from The Office say? He's like, I think would a stupid person do that? And if the answer is yes, I don't do that thing.
That's a good rule of thumb. That's a great rule of thumb.
King Dwight. In further upsetting news, you'll actually probably like this and applaud this. I am fucking angry because me, like the rest of the majority of the population of the planet, never mind America, is financially struggling or just getting by at best. And a Pokemon shaped Cheeto just sold at auction for $87,840.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Do you have a
Yeah.
picture of this?
Oh, do I?
I need to see. I
Yes.
just need to make sure. I need to
Yep.
make sure before I
Well,
clap.
You can make
Why
sure.
why can't people like us find like the finger in the Fritos, or like, you know, why can't hot coffee spill on us and we get $1 million because we didn't realize coffee was hot,
Yeah. Why can't I get Jesus Christ toast?
right? Or like I got water stains down here. Why can't one of them look like the Virgin Mary?
That's because your water stains are on your jeans.
Oh, very true.
I don't know if you have to. I don't know. I presented. I'm showing. I don't know if you have to put it up on the screen.
Oh yes, sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh my God, that looks like Charizard. Oh, there it is, Cheetozard.
Yep. Yep. Cheetazard sells at auction for $87,840. Now, to be fair, the guy did not get $87,840. He got $72,000. That was the winning bid.
What a
but
ripoff!
But he had to. But they had to pay a buyer's premium also. You know what I would do if I had that kind of money? I'd buy it, I'd open it, and I'd fucking eat it. I would just eat it right in front of everybody who was right in front of people like me who are pissed.
right. That's like the people who buy. I've seen this a while ago, but someone like bought some really, really expensive painting, and then like in front of the artist as it was handed to her, she fucking destroyed it and said, "This is a piece of shit."
Yeah, didn't they do that like the banana? You like the banana duct tape to the wall?
There was another one.
And the guy ate the banana.
That's
or
the kind of chaos that I love. Like, fuck it, it's mine now. I can do whatever I want with it. And just the horror in the artist's eyes, I love it. However, this Cheeto looks super cool. It almost looks fake. It almost looks like it was made like that. Because have you ever like gone into a Cheeto bag and seen all the fucking pieces that are at the bottom? You're telling me that tail stayed on perfectly just like that?
Yeah, I don't know. It also doesn't look like a regular Cheeto. It looks like one of those fiery Cheetos.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's which actually, if it's
Flaming
Charizard, makes it even better.
And that's probably where most of the money came from. The fact that it was a flaming hot Cheeto and it was a flame Pokemon.
Right. If it was a regular Cheeto, it would have been like $40.
Right.
Jesus. Because it was a flaming hot.
Great. Now I'm going to go buy
Stupid
flaming
shit.
hot Cheetos and fucking expect to find a Pokemon.
Well, let's just say God bless America. Speaking of God bless anything, it should be noted again, even though we've noted it before, that we are not a religious podcast. I think there's been
Very
some
true.
confusion by some people on Facebook.
Yes.
Some gentleman was very, very angry at us, thinking that we were really good Christians and basically blaming us for Epstein and everything else.
Yes. Yeah, that was cool.
So-
Yeah, we're getting some weird comments and stuff, and it's actually enjoyable. Well, we did say bring it on. We have said multiple times that, you know, comment, like, whatever it is.
Yeah.
We will either support you and thank you or laugh at you. And so far, we've been laughing at you. So
Yeah. Yeah. But you know, come to the conversation armed. Don't don't just spout
unless you don't have arms, and then
unreadable nonsense. Well, yeah, then definitely come to the conversation. No arms, no legs. I want to do a deeper dive on this one at some point too. It won't be a whole show, but this is my new. It's an obsession because you know me. I like to watch things that make me angry. I like to watch things that I hate.
Oh yes,
because they make me angry.
I wish more people would do that with this podcast.
But this is about that, right? Right? Tell me about it. Hate watch us. This is a thing, and I don't know why it's a thing, and it came across my TikTok, and I'm irritated by it. But it's competitive hobby horse riding.
Interesting.
They have a stick horse, and they run around jumping over obstacles. And I thought it was a joke.
I've seen this. I've seen this.
There's
there it
the
is.
fucking thumb
there it is again.
There's a goddamn thumb. I wasn't even giving a thumbs up.
Oh boy, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is the thing where like girls have the little ponies on a stick thing.
Pony on a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on. I'm going to share my screen again. And,
Okay. Yeah.
If you can put this up.
If you have not seen this, this is one of the most ridiculous things we've done as a human species. It's absolutely.
I have not vetted this video, so this could turn into porn about halfway through.
I certainly hope not. Oh, it's from. Okay.
Yeah, we should credit this. I didn't see
Oh,
who it was
my
from.
goodness. Yep, this is exactly what I expected.
How great is this?
It's even better when like they fail. Because you
Yes,
can tell they're
that's
not
what
mad
I'm
at themselves. They're mad at the stick
They're mad at
fucking
the
horse
horse.
that's between their legs.
So
Oh my
happy.
god, she's crying because she jumped over a fucking pole. Oh my god. This is what I mean. We should start making fun of these people again. If my kid said they wanted to do this, I would have been like, no. This is ridiculous.
It's just the time now.
Oh my god, they have her.
Like it's awesome.
Oh my. But this
oh
is
my
news.
god, that's so great.
This is news.
This is so awesome.
Competitive hobby horse rider.
Yes.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start one. Remember that horse that I had that was on those springs? I'm going to start a,
Yeah,
I'm going to start a spring horse racing. And it's just fucking 12 people lined up and they're just bouncing like this. Whoever bounces the most goes the furthest and you fucking win. That's how dumb this is. I just have another fucking idea off of this dumb idea. Fucking stupid. All right. Well, I think I got
carousel
that for you
horse
then.
racing. How about carousel
Horse.
racing? You get on a carousel and you just and you race.
That's the best thing in the world.
You know what the best
God.
this interview is over 5 minutes long.
Oh my
It should
god.
be a 30-second bit where the news guy goes, this is a thing? Okay. In other news, people are dying, the economy sucks. Even better than the actual competition.
You know what? You know what I do honor? I honor the confidence it takes to pretend to be a horse.
Oh yeah, you look at her. She is like, this is important. What I'm doing here matters.
Yeah, this takes the term horse girl to like a whole different thing.
So
oh
good.
my god.
So good. Well, thanks to WGN News 9 out of, what did it say? I think it said Chicago or something, but I don't know for sure.
I don't know. Who cares?
But yeah, that is awesome. That even better than the competition though is watching them practice. They take it so seriously. You got other people like talking shit about them while they're practicing.
I've seen it. They have courses in their fucking house.
Yes.
They have courses at their house and they go outside and they practice this. This is unbelievable. These people have mental issues, as do most
my new
people in the
favorite
world.
thing.
But like this should indicate that there is something wrong with you.
This is why I love the internet, though. I mean, this is the best.
Oh, of course. Now, by saying that, I'm not saying that I'm better than anybody, but
Oh, we're
those
better than
people-
them.
Yes, I could definitely jump over those poles.
No, I just
For
mean
sure.
in general. I just mean in general. That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
That is, Jesus, and their parents are supporting them.
Oh, so,
They're
yeah,
like,
paying for it.
You go ride that horse, honey. Yeah, they're driving all over the fucking state to get them to these competitions. Can't wait
Yeah,
to go
I
jump
paid
over
for-
poles today.
I paid for you jumping over poles. Teach her to dance on a pole. There's more money in it.
Right? And it's an actual career. Oh my god.
It's so great. It's so great. I love it.
So, I don't know if you've noticed, but usually when I laugh, I turn really red.
You're only laughing with part of your face today.
Yeah. As if you've watched the latest episode, I did have cornrows in, and I had a do-rag. I went out to see my sister's boyfriend, Greg, compete in his first race. It is the Crown Vic something. I can't remember. But this is the
they
first.
race Crown Vics.
Yes, this is the first year that they've been doing this kind of race. He does have experience with racing. He did a couple of enduros, but enduro is basically you buy a junk car and race it for as long as you can. And it's like 100 laps. There's like 50 cars on the track. But this was his first legitimate race, and he ended up coming in first. So congratulations, Greg. It was so fucking cool to watch.
Go, Greg.
In racing, like you can accidentally come in first, like if someone breaks down and you just happen to pass them, which we did see a couple times that day. That is not what happened. He fought tooth and nail with an experienced rider who has done other races before in different cars, and he battled that guy tooth and nail the entire time and ended up coming up on top. So that was very cool.
They were pretty much side by side for at least 15 out of the 20 laps.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, that was all outside, and I had my do-rag on, and it came up to exactly here. And I
we
didn't
can see.
know.
We know what it came up
and
to.
I didn't know how burned I was. Like, I got burned on my arms. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but I got a little red on my arms. I was like, oh, my arms kind of hurt, whatever. And I go inside. I take off my hat when I get home, and Abby goes, "Oh my God." She's like, "You need to wear a hat for the next week at work." I was like, "Why?" I look in the mirror, and I have bleached white skin up top, and I look like the fucking heat miser from right above my eyebrows down. It looks like I've had it up to here with you.
That's what happens. I'm so mad. I've had it up to exactly here.
You know, in cartoons where like their blood boils and you see it like rise up. I'm almost there.
By the way, I was at the same race and I was wearing a hat, and I'm bald, and yeah, nothing.
You also tan. I don't tan. I have mom's translucent white skin, and as soon as I go outside, it just goes no.
Yeah, I'm pretty red. I've been working on building the fence for the last 2 days in the yard.
Yeah, we're
so,
finally
I'm
throwing away the
pretty
fence
burned.
that we bought 20 years ago.
Yeah, right. That somehow that instead of buying a new fence when I bought the new house, I just brought the old fence with me, and I'm like, fuck it, it's good enough. Spoiler alert, it's not. It's not good enough. It sucks, and it's hard work, man. It sucks.
Oh yeah, I know. You had me do the last one.
Yeah. Kudos to all you fence builders.
Yeah, who actually get paid to
Bullshit.
do it. Instead, you lost
Right.
money doing it.
Yeah, every time. Every time. Every time. Good times. Sorry, I have to take a drink here. We're trying to get sponsors. And just so you know, this isn't like a sponsor thing. I do this all the time. I use my SodaStream. Love my SodaStream. Diet Dr. Pete and Diet Cola are the best, or just plain water with some bubbly and a little bit of not bubbly, like some bubbles and a little bit of like fresh lime.
You know, you can just buy it, right? I can't show the full name because we are not sponsored by this company.
I love Ite. Wait, I just showed a brand.
Well, if we get sued, it's your fault.
Oh, we're gonna get sued for helping them. Once they find out how many listeners we have, they're gonna be like, "Oh my God, these people are the best," or they're so insignificant they don't matter.
Yeah, probably the latter.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sue them. This guy's building his own fence.
Hey, if SodaStream does support us, we will put a logo on that fence. It is facing the driveway, so
It is facing the street.
We can put a logo on my dad's fence.
Hell, I'll put it out there right now. I got two sides. I got three sections of that fence that are billboard worthy. So
Yeah, there you go.
make me an offer. We'll talk money. I'll put something on it.
Yeah,
Can't
take a
be vulgar
picture.
if I got neighbors.
We'll put it on the Facebook, and hey, it could be as vulgar as we want as long as they're paying us.
No. I have neighbors. I live in a nice small town where there's rules.
Yeah. Well, rules are made to be broken. Speaking of rules are made to be broken, laws are also made to be broken. We are
Apparently.
here to update on the New England serial killer. Dun dun dun! Lightning crash!
Serial killer asterisks.
No asterisks. This is definitely a serial killer. They're still saying no need to worry. There's no serial killer on the loose. However, from the last episode that we talked about it, I believe was 2 episodes ago. So 2 weeks ago, we had nine sets of remains. One of them was confirmed, so that would leave 8 sets of remains. They've found 3 more bodies since then.
Yeah, that was actually
In
last
New
week's
England.
episode.
Yes. So we are now up to 12 bodies that have been found in the New England area. I do have a map here. I'm going to bring up in a second.
I'm the map.
So I understand it's. Oh, I don't know if this is even the right one. Yes, got it. So this is a map of all the places the bodies have been found. The one in Groton, those are the remains that I believe was Mr. Koffel, who killed Miss Wormser. I believe that's where the remains were. But I mean, look at it.
Right.
Look at
That
where
one has
all
been
of these
agreed
are.
to be separate. So you can actually take that one out. That one has been
Right. And if you notice,
Confirmed.
it is kind of the obvious outlier. I mean, when I was looking at this, it's most of these places are along what? Major highways. One of the biggest, not conspiracies at this point, but like thoughts is that it could be a trucker. And
a mother trucker.
Yes, I took some time to look at some maps, and they might not be wrong. I know there are only 11 dots on here, but actually 2 have been found in Taunton.
Yep.
There was one that was found right behind a high school and I believe that is the most recent one. There was one, the Rocky Hill one was another one of the most recent ones. That was last year or not last year, last week rather.
Yeah. That one in
so-
Taunton, behind the school or elementary school, whatever it was, behind the school. Actually, they confirmed was shot one time.
Interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, Stephen Myers, 39 years old.
Jesus.
Yep.
So I did a little map questing.
It was a
here.
high school.
And I just
By the-
want to...
Yeah, while you're doing that, the other one that was found in Taunton, Massachusetts was Samuel Stovall, 51 years old. Authorities claim these two are not connected. I don't know how there's that fucking thumb again. I got to fix that somehow. I don't know how.
So I was doing a little map questing. There was one found in Killingly, which is right here. That was kind of the center of where all of these have been found. And yeah, I was looking through, and everything is from a major highway. I mean, all the way up here, all the way to Killing, or which one was over here? Rocky Hill. Up this way. The only weird one I noticed was Plymouth, and then I was like, oh, Plymouth isn't near any major highways. Nope. There are major routes that go through Plymouth. Up to Taunton, which is right here. So very, very close to Plymouth, still in Maine. So them saying that this is a trucker is, it could be very, very likely. I mean, that's probably what it is. If these are all connected, we're not saying they necessarily are, but it is kind of weird that they continually find bodies along these major highways. While also looking this up, I did discover that this isn't the first New England serial killer. There was one by the name of... Actually, they don't have a name because they never found him. They have a suspect, but he killed himself. The Connecticut River Valley Killer, from 78 to 88. He was along like Vermont, New Hampshire. There's a whole bunch of bodies that are confirmed. Again, we don't know who this guy was. The suspect was a man named Michael Nicolau, but he killed his wife, killed his stepdaughter, and then himself New Year's Eve 2005. So he was the first major suspect, but they now have no idea because he is gone. But it was around the same areas, Vermont, New Hampshire. It's a little bit more north than what's happening now. Just around the same area. I mean, relatively recently. Well, not anymore, but that's, 50, 60 years ago almost? 50 years? So.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy. I should say, too, that Hampton District Attorney Anthony Guluni, apologize if I'm butchering that name.
Guluni. Hello, Mr. Guluni.
Guluni Gugu.
He sounds like a bad villain in a 60s movie.
He says,
"Do not get away, Mr. Gululu."
We urge the public to be mindful of the role that social media can play in spreading fear or misinformation.
We're not spreading fear. We're saying you probably have a serial killer, and they're like, let us do our job. You know how many crimes have been solved by like journalists and stuff researching? And
less than by cops doing their jobs. Saying.
But still.
And famed forensic pathologist Dr. Michael Baden, who you probably don't know if he was big, probably in the 90s, early 90s, had a show on HBO called Autopsy, where you kind of got it's actually a great show. If you can watch anything by this guy, you should go watch it. He's actually a really, really smart, interesting guy. He says he does not see a pattern. He said there's really no quite distinct, clear pattern to all of this.
Except that they're all along major highways and routes.
Right.
That's a pretty significant pattern right there.
Which, by the same token, a lot of times they don't see a pattern until they see a pattern. Until you determine what that pattern is.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I don't think they should be ruling it out. I mean, it's, in all honesty, it's probably not a serial killer, but the potential of it is more than 75%. So why are, obviously they don't want to cause a public panic, which I get. Nobody wants to be afraid to go outside for fear of a serial killer being out there. But, you can't rule it out. There are 12 bodies in less than 2 months. That's not
crazy.
normal.
That's
That's
crazy.
really not that normal.
So real quick, between March and April 2025, authorities discovered 8 bodies across Connecticut, Massachusetts, and Rhode Island. So this isn't up to date. Up to now, these are kind of the first 8. Victims
Right.
include Paige Fannin, 35, in Norwalk, Connecticut. Suzanne Wormser in Groton, Connecticut, 58 years old. She's already been determined to be, that's a separate issue. They found the guy who killed her. It was a personal thing.
Yep. We discussed that in a previous episode, so
yeah.
Go back and watch that for
Denise
that
Leary, who you thought was Dennis
Yep.
Leary, 59 in New Haven, Connecticut. Michelle Romano, 56 in Foster, Rhode Island, and others in Springfield, Mass, Framingham, Mass, Killingly, Connecticut, and Plymouth, Massachusetts. The majority of the victims were women, and some remains were found in remote or wooded areas, which contribute to public speculation about a serial killer.
Looking at this map too, where the bodies have been found, there is no major highway between Killingly and Foster. There is 395 runs right through there, and it's very, very close to both Killingly and Foster. So it could be getting off the highway, dropping off, getting back on.
What's funny too is the police, like the Lynn Police Department, debunked rumors of a serial killer in their area, emphasizing that there was no validity to such claims. In Putnam, Connecticut, a fake social media post claimed a serial killer was on the loose, prompting a warning from local officials about potential scams. You can't debunk rumors and then tell us why you don't think it's a serial killer. You can't just say it's unrelated. I mean, I know there's things that serial killers have to have in common, like there's got to be a modus operandi, like a cause of death of the victims is usually similar. Sex of the victims is usually similar. Not always. Age of the victims. There's usually those kind of patterns to it. But first of all, there's always the exception to the rule. And third of all, maybe somebody just likes to kill. I mean, you got the Zodiac killer. There was no method to that. That guy was all over the place to the point where I'm not sure there was just one guy. But
I have a theory that there were multiple people.
Yeah, different podcasts. So we'll get into that one.
Yeah. I think nowadays people know there's so much true crime information and research out there that if dummies like us know stuff like this, obviously there's going to be somebody who is, I hate to say this, smart enough to be a serial killer in 2025. They're going to know, I can't have an MO. That's going to have like a pattern. I can't take anything because serial killers love their trophies. I can't return to the scene. Like all the things that we have given over, not we, but like, true crime people have given over the years are all things that a newer serial killer knows to stay away from. Yeah. All we really have to do is what catches most serial killers is for them to fuck up, for them to get super cocky, for something to happen that they maybe do leave a trace of something because they're like, I've been getting away with this for years. But again, they know they're probably smart enough for that not to happen. And
one of the things they say too is there's typically a pattern. There's a reason why they do this. I mean, not all serial killers are out there killing people just because they look like my mother. I mean, their mother. But that's the kind of thing they say is what if there's not somebody out there who hates women because his mother beat him or his wife broke up with him or took all his money. Maybe there's just somebody out there who just wants to kill. Doesn't give a fuck who he kills. Doesn't care if it's kids, women, men, grandmothers, as if they aren't women or men. But you know what I mean.
Right. I mean, to be fair, I think most of the victims they've found have been women. I think 1 or 2 men involved. If you're somebody who just wants to kill, I'm not saying this for any other reason than this piece of shit. Women tend to be easier to do that to, especially if you're a bigger guy. Like, guys will probably fight back. Women, they will fight back, but and I don't mean to say this like
I'll say it
any other way.
I'll say it. Women are not as strong as men.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. It's
there's outliers. There's exceptions. But I don't need to hold the letters.
Right. I'm not saying any of this to be mean or demeaning, but that's why most victims are women, because it's a lot easier for a bigger man to overpower a woman or a child, but you don't see a lot of of child killings, because at least at least they have that part of their conscience.
Maybe kids just don't talk back as much as women.
They definitely talk back more.
Oh, more? Okay,
like,
sorry. So it's
I would
not
have
that.
more reason. I mean, people would have more reason to kill children than.
Oh, Jesus. So yeah, so they say factors matter when it comes to serial killers: cause of death, gender, and location. Okay, like you said, the majority of these are women. Cause of death, they're not telling us. That is not a thumbs up. I'm counting on my hands. Fucking thing with the bubble. So yeah, they're mostly women. Cause of death, they won't tell us what it is. So how are we supposed to know?
Right.
And I don't think they know in a lot of the cases. And location. I don't know. I would say the sides of major highways is a location. It's not the same. Like it's not a dumping ground. But I mean, there's been murderers, serial killers before who've left people on the sides of highways.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And like I said, maybe this could be a pattern because they want people to find him and they know they're not leaving any evidence. So like maybe this is their MO is kind of like I think what BTK would do or what the Zodiac would do is like tell the police like you can't catch me, fuckers. And this could be the same thing. He's probably seeing all this pop up and he's probably getting off on the fact that hey, there's a clear pattern and these fucking idiots aren't connecting it, you know.
Yeah, you dopey fucks.
Yeah. Yep.
So let me see. Just want to see if I have anything else on that. Nope, I got nothing else on that. So like I said, it's developing. There's not a lot of information on it. And again, and I'll say this too. Let's say for the sake of argument, it's not a serial killer, which is very likely. It's very likely that it's not a serial killer.
Absolutely.
What a coinkydink. I mean,
right.
This is
Right.
still an alarming amount of bodies being found in a very short amount of time. Why? Like what's in the air? Like what's in the ether?
Right. Yep.
Like what's out there
Yeah.
and why is it out there at this
Well,
time?
like we talked about last week, they find one or two. And obviously they find more than are reported on. They're not going to report, unfortunately, on every single set of remains that they find. But I think talking about it in itself is establishing a pattern. Because like I said last time, you find one and then you start looking at things and like, okay, why are we talking about this other one? Well, it's weird. Like I said, we found 12 fucking bodies in 2 months. That's, like you said, that's not a coincidence. It's something fucky's going on.
Something fucky.
Yeah.
Fucky. All right, so on a different subject, kind of a different subject, kind of the same subject, different situation. Linnea, your sister, sorry, now I got to pay her again.
God damn it.
Comes home from teaching dance the other night. And, by the way, we spent money on dance classes for her, which she is now making money teaching and helping to put herself through college. We didn't spend money on fucking hobby horsing.
Yeah, I was going to say, at least it's not hobby horsing.
So, dumbass. Jesus. So she comes home from her dance, from teaching her dance class. And she's really sad. She's like, did you hear about the kid in Brantford? I'm like, no, what happened?
Yeah.
She goes, there was a murder in Brantford. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, what happened? So she's getting this information as it's unfolding. She gets home,
Jesus
Christ, I don't know, 7:30ish. This all started unfolding at about 4:00. So nobody really knows about it yet. When she's finding out, because she teaches in that town. She teaches in Brantford.
Yeah.
So a lot of the kids knew what was going on and heard what was going on. So apparently, this piece of shit murders his 12-year-old son. So she's telling me the story. She says, so he went nuts. He killed his son. She said he stabbed him. Find out later that's not true. And he pushed his 16-year-old daughter down the basement stairs. He was going to kill her, but she was able to get away. So it ends up that he didn't stab him. He beat him to death with a baseball bat. This 52-year-old dickhead beat his 12-year-old son to death with a baseball bat and then tried to kill his 16-year-old daughter after pushing her down the stairs.
Unbelievable.
It says, as per the police report, cops responded to a distress call from a woman who believed someone had been killed at his condo on Hemlock Road. Upon arrival, officers found the 12-year-old son with severe head trauma in the basement, and he was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. I'm gonna share my screen so you can look at this piece of shit. But he was apprehended on Thursday after a traffic stop with Connecticut State Police. During his arraignment, prosecutors revealed that he allegedly admitted to the crime because his son, quote-unquote, treated him disrespectfully and would use expletives with him. He also claimed to hear voices, including those of his allegedly abusive parents, and stated the voices instructed him on May 1st to, quote, not let him get away with it. Quote, the 52-year-old then said he heard the voices saying, baseball bat, baseball bat.
Oh, so he's fucking crazy.
Yep. According to him, after the incident with his son, he picked up his 16-year-old daughter from a bus stop and had an uneventful ride home. So I guess the kid was already dead. Upon arriving, he told her his son was in the basement, and as they approached the stairs, he intentionally pushed her, causing her to fall near her brother's body. He admitted that he intended to kill his daughter with the same baseball bat if he could have accessed it after pushing her down the stairs, but she managed to escape the basement. He then left the scene in his car. So let's take a look at this shiny piece of shit.
Fuck this guy.
Share screen. Doop-a-doop-a-doo. And again, you're going to have to put it up on yours.
Yep.
So this is 52-year-old Anthony Esposito.
What a fat piece of shit this fucking guy is.
Yep. He just looks like a guy you want to punch.
Yeah, even without knowing he's a serial killer, this is, not the serial killer, but attempted serial killer. Fuck
Spree
this
killer.
piece of shit.
Yep. What a bag of shit.
This is the type of guy that you could hear how fat he is just from breathing. Like he's got that...
Sounds like Tony Soprano.
Right? Unfucking believable. Well, no wonder she got away. She doesn't have to run that fast. Fucking piece of shit. Probably...
Anthony Andrew Esposito Jr.
Fuck this guy.
Dickhead. Yep. What a scummy scumbag. Yeah.
I got in trouble a while ago. Not in trouble, but reprimanded on Facebook after the Boston Marathon massacre. I was like, they need to find these pricks and then castrate them. And there was someone commented like, you really shouldn't be saying that. They don't need to be castrated. And you came to the defense of like, some people don't fucking realize how terrible people are. This guy should be put to death. There is no.
You know who else should be put to death? You know who else should be put to death? The guy who told you they shouldn't castrate the guys who did the Boston Marathon thing.
Yeah, but no, this guy, there is no reason to keep this piece of shit alive.
Nope.
I understand there's rehabilitation and stuff, but absolutely not. Yeah. This is without even having a trial. This is without a reasonable doubt. He did it. Fucking lock him away and give him the fucking syringe. Seriously, like that piece, and it does hit a little harder because it is kind of local.
Yeah,
we know
the town well.
Right. So fuck that piece of shit. Don't even give him a trial.
Yeah, or make his speedy trial like tomorrow.
Yeah. Don't fucking wait a year so that this piece of shit can have a heart attack and just die. Because guess what, buddy? That's coming too. You fucking fat asshole. God. I fucking hate these fucking people.
Yeah.
These are the type of things that make me want to be like a superhero vigilante.
Right?
Like just so I can be the anti-hero that goes out almost like a Dexter. Fucking kill the bad guys because the bad guys fucking suck. Because the justice system is fucked. That's like the Waterbury lady. Have you been following that at all?
No. I saw a little bit about it, but no, she disgusts me.
She and the attorney Norm Pattis. He's a defense attorney for Connecticut. What a piece of shit that guy is. He's a fucking asshole. I get it. That's his job. His job is to be a defense attorney, but he's trying to one, play it off like this fucking kid is lying, and two, play it off like this mother didn't do, or stepmother, whatever the fuck she is, didn't do anything wrong. Oh, he had plenty. He was let out of the room. Everything that this kid is saying. I was listening to him on Chaz.
He was free to go.
He is such a piece of shit. How can you even defend somebody like that? Oh, she was slain in the public media. Yes, I get it. That happens. It's what's going to happen in this new age. Information is going to travel faster than evidence comes out. I get it. But this kid was locked in their house for 20 years, and that stepmom fucking knew about it.
Play stupid
but
games, win
that's-
stupid prizes. You're going
that's
to do
not
stupid shit.
But that's not a crime. Leaving that kid in there. That kid. He had every right to leave. Clearly, they have no idea what beating down a fucking person is like.
Right.
Look at it. It's an abusive relationship. People can't leave abusive relationships out of fear. Do you think a kid for 20 years being locked in his room is going to be like, "Oh, I can leave now"? That's not how it fucking works. He set the fire because he didn't know what else to fucking do. It was either he dies in that room or.
And that's the problem with people too. Is you've got them out there crucifying comedians for saying something you don't like, or business people, where you cancel people because you're offended by something that they say. So you get on your social media, you slam these people, you smash these people, you crush their businesses, you take their money, you boycott them, you do all that shit. By the way, whatever you got to do what you're going to do. Do it. I mean, this is the world we live in. Great. But don't say that's not fair game for this bitch.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, no, don't cancel her. She fuck off with the
She has a side too. Yeah, she does have a side. And freedom of speech, I fully support that. She has the right to say whatever she fucking wants, but you're still fucking guilty.
Right. And she has the right to a fair trial, and we have the right to talk shit about her.
Agreed. Agreed. Absolutely. 100%. She's a piece
of
shit.
They say, like they said in Silverado, which I don't know if you ever saw. It's a great movie. Like, we're going to give you a fair trial. We're going to give you a fair trial, followed by a first-class hanging.
Yeah. Yep. But I forget who I was talking to. They were like, well, how do you think this woman feels? Maybe she was manipulated by the husband, too. Which, yes, is fair.
Who cares?
However, she's still... The father has been gone since 2019. That's six years. I understand, like I said, being beaten down for however long. She had an escape. She could have talked to anybody, or any of the daughters, that's another thing. The fucking daughters who knew it didn't do anything. I mean, come on. Yeah. They're trying not to. I think they're trying not to bring the daughters into the trial, or they are, but they think they're gonna side with the mother or something. But yeah, they knew that this fucking kid was in there too. They should be put to the stand as well.
Yeah, he also said something like, he wasn't underweight. He was fed. He was always small.
Oh yeah.
7 pounds.
They said there's some report of when he was a kid that he was a picky eater.
Yeah, 60.
That's why the kid
pounds.
at 30 is going to be 60 fucking pounds. Yeah. If you're a picky eater, it just means you don't eat fucking tomatoes because you don't like them being red or something. You still eat the things you fucking like. A picky eater? Well, and that's what this fucking piece of shit Norm Pattis is going on too. Like, we're not going to bring the weight thing into the trial because, they said in a file when he was a fucking kid that he was a picky eater. Yeah, what kid's not going to eat a fucking tomato? It feels like a booger in your mouth. Like, come on. Seriously. Like, the kid's 60 pounds at 30. That doesn't make any sense that when he was fucking 11, he's the picky eater. Well, oh, God, I fucking hate these fucking bitches.
Your sister wanted to be a defense attorney like her whole life, from like first grade on until like this past year. Because she said she wanted to help people. They're entitled to a fair trial. Which I agree. She wanted to help people. She heard about wrongful prosecutions, wrongful convictions,
right. But there's a difference. There's a difference between protecting the innocent or the presumed innocent and protecting a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Yep.
And again, I understand.
Yeah. And when you're starting
out,
you don't get to pick that.
Right. That's the job. Most of the time in these kinds of trials, the lawyer looks at them and goes, "You fucked up. Go for a plea." This guy is actively defending a piece of shit. And he even brought up too,
and then acting like he believes what he's saying. That's the worst part. Is how disingenuous you're being when you're spouting bullshit like that.
Correct.
Obvious bullshit.
Yep. I forgot what I was gonna say. I'm so God. It just pisses me off.
Yeah. So in any case, she's as you know, come off of that path, and now she's doing psychology, and
right.
I think it's better for her. She gets to help people and actually
actually helping people, right? Instead of defending pieces of shit.
So moving on from that, because we're just going to get more and more upset, and moving on from the murder that my daughter told me about, I'm hanging out with your brother Brandon today because he's helped me build the fence. And he says, he goes, I forgot to tell you. He goes, I get to work yesterday, and the head bartender is never late. So we're like, okay, that's weird. Half hour goes by, still not there. Like, oh, that's weird. An hour later, he shows up, and he's wearing a suit. I'm like, why are you wearing a suit? Apparently, they had to go to a funeral or a wake or something. I stopped listening when he told me the rest of the story. I mean, I started listening. I stopped remembering this incidental shit when he told me the rest of the story. It's because his cousin's mother-in-law was beaten to death by a baseball bat in Trumbull.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. So both of my kids, within a week of each other, coming and telling me about baseball bat murders that they know about. So apparently this guy followed his 70-year-old former mother-in-law home from a mall and killed her with a baseball bat in Trumbull. He said she ruined his marriage. I lost what I was saying. But that's kind of the gist of it. He blamed her for his marriage falling apart, and he murdered her. Apparently, beat her so
the
bad,
guy in the suit murdered her?
No. He was.
Okay, good.
He wasn't related to that part of the family. He was related to this woman. It's his cousin's mother-in-law.
Okay,
but then she was also the mother-in-law, like on the other side, the mother of somebody else on the other side. So yeah.
What is going on?
Bizarre.
There's something funky in the world. I think, quoting Community, I think we're in the dark timeline because
definitely
some crazy fucking shit is going on. It's fucking wild. I had probably one of the worst mental weeks of my life last week. Like I felt on edge by everything, just super overwhelmed at everything. I was super irritable. Like almost like something was going wrong, like weird glitch in the matrix things would happen, or like I would do something and then something either the same or super similar would happen literally like minutes later. I had a dream about something, and it was brought up the next day at work, and I was like, oh my God, that literally the same thing happened in my dream. Like it's been a weird fucking week. Like something is going on. Some veil is lifting. Wilmer actually said, he goes,
the Great Awakening.
Yeah, the simulation is it has a patch, so we're just updating. Yeah. And shit. It's a little bit unstable because we're updating. But like but it actually felt like that. It's been fucking weird this week.
Yeah. So NPCs walking into walls. NPCs hitting people with bats.
Yeah, right.
It's fucking crazy. Little quick information on this. Guy's name was Yuli Stopaku, 45 of Norwalk, attacked 70-year-old Lita Shape outside the 10 Trumbull apartment complex. Outside the 10 Trumbull apartment complex after she returned home with an acquaintance. Wait, where the fuck was the acquaintance? Let me see if it tells me.
Oh, wait. Stofuck is the lady?
No, Stofuck is the guy.
Oh,
Shape
well, Stofuck, piece of shit.
Yeah. Stopaku told police that he blamed Shape for his divorce, according to the arrest warrant. They received several 911 calls just after 12:30 p.m. on Monday from residents reporting that a man was attacking a woman outside the main office building near the entrance.
We literally talked about this the other day.
Again,
we want to do an episode of fucking bystanders who sit around and do nothing while people are fucking getting killed.
This is fucking crazy.
Does nobody have this fucking instinct of like, hey, go help them. At least
remember,
get in the way.
I've done that no less than 3 times in my life. Got out. I told you the first day I started working at Gentleman's Warehouse back in 91, I think it was, maybe 92. My first day of work, I was late for work because I'm driving and I get off exit 54 off of I-95 in Brantford, where I work. And there's this guy beating up his girlfriend on the side of the road, on the side of that big hill when you get off. So their car's parked right there, and I pulled up behind him and I go to get out, and this guy just tears it. He runs away. Gets off of her, runs down the hill, gets in his car, and he just drives away, fucking leaves her crying. So I helped her to the bottom of the hill, and she's like, I'm okay. She goes, I just have to walk, and she ended up fucking walking away. But who knows what he would have done to her if I didn't show up. And then you saw me do it. I think, were you there up by American Steakhouse in Milford? You might not have been that day. I know the other two were in the car. Where this guy is, oh my God, there's the fucking thumb again.
Do the other one while we're talking about it to ease up the tension a little bit.
What?
No, remember you got to do the.
This one?
No,
I did fingers, and that doesn't come up.
No,
it's not doing it. Now I don't get it.
Now you just look
last
stupid.
time, last time I did it, I got fireworks behind me. What the fuck is going on? This is horse shit. We got to cut that out.
All right. No, we're going to keep that in. Back to these. We need to ease the tension a little bit. Back to these pieces of shit.
Yeah. So anyway, so I got out and I stopped another guy from. He was just he wasn't hitting her yet, but he had his fists clenched and he was up in her face and he's like screaming at her. And he starts waving his arms and then and I got out with I was actually making Linnea a balance bar for dance, and I had that the railing for that.
Yep.
Yeah, and I got out with the railing.
This was a while ago.
Yeah. Yep. And he ran across the street, and then she got in her car and she left. And then there was one other time, but it wasn't helping me. It wasn't helping somebody else. It was actually helping myself. I won't tell that story. I'll tell that story another time. But yeah, I mean, this is fucking crazy. So he told police that he saw his former mother-in-law and another former relative while he was at the food court at the Trumbull Mall to order pizza and chicken wings for his kids to have when they came home from school. And they made eye contact but didn't speak. So this wasn't even planned. He's like, he happened to bump into them in the friggin' mall, and he's like, I got a bat in the car. What the hell? So
well, then it was planned. It was premeditated because there was time from the mall to when he saw her.
Well, that is true. That is true. But yeah, it wasn't well thought out, apparently. While investigating, police found surveillance video that showed Shtupaku pull up behind the rideshare that Shape arrived home in and call out to her and the other person with her when they got out of the vehicle. Then he grabbed a baseball bat from his trunk as they walked away from him. He ran past the acquaintance and hit Shape with the bat. It says bar, but it's a bat because it was a bat before. He told Shape that she's killed him in his whole life, and he has killed her once. That is, what? That doesn't make any sense. This is a horrible article. Then he dropped the bat and waited for police to arrive. Being held on a $3 million bond.
Jesus.
Shtupaku's attorney said his client told him he recently had a stroke. All right, cool.
Cool.
Good for you.
Fuck you.
Apparently it makes you kill people. It just made Kirk Douglas talk funny.
Yeah, I thought a stroke debilitates you. It doesn't give you fucking super strength.
Right?
Fuck
yeah,
this guy.
yeah. The guy's swinging a bat. Dick Clark couldn't talk. This guy's swinging a bat and killing somebody.
Right. Fucking.
This guy's hitting home runs. This guy's hitting home runs off his mother-in-law's head.
Right.
And
after having a stroke.
Yeah, and Dick Clark can't even say, the ball's dropping.
Yeah, right. Jesus. Fuck people like that.
Yeah.
This is why
True story.
This is why I ultimately hate people. Everybody
Dogs
sucks.
are the best.
Dogs, yeah. Unconditional love. Fucking human beings were bred to kill each other. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It sucks. People suck. Everybody sucks.
Yeah. Everybody sucks.
Except dogs. Dogs are the shit.
Yep. They are. All right. We have anything else?
No. I think that's it.
No?
Kind of an impromptu episode. We do have a couple of good episodes coming up. I have actually enlisted a research assistant, which is great. So we've got people working on good stories for us that we will then assemble and present to you guys. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Again, as always, if there are any topics you guys would like to hear, please let us know.
Of course. Yeah.
I know we've got a couple of recommendations which are probably going to show up somewhere down the pike, but yeah, definitely keep them coming. And again, please engage us. Facebook. We are now on TikTok. We are now on Instagram. Again, you'll hear a lot of things if you're listening on Spotify or Amazon Music or Apple Podcasts. We do a lot of visual stuff, so check us out on YouTube. Check us out on Spotify. Also has the videos. Yeah. Check us out. Like, share, leave a comment, engage.
Exactly. Talk with us. We'll talk back.
Yeah,
we won't talk back to you, but I mean we might.
Trust me, Christian has always talked back as long as he's been around.
Jesus. All right. Bye, fuckers.
Peace out.
See ya.
Peace. Oh. The Yeti didn't make an appearance today.
Go get him.
Forgot Freddie the Yeti.
Go get him.
Hold on. Freddie the Yeti wants to say goodbye, everybody.
Hi, Freddie.
Woo. Hi.
That can't be his voice. That will not be his voice.
Come on.
Jesus. All right. Bye, fuckers.
Peace out.
Jesus.
Bye, guys. See you next week.
World full of ghosts.